All right, guys, Shotty T here with an Alliance War video. This is the first war of the season. We took a little bit of a break from recording, but we're going to pick it back up. We're going to try to knock out these first few wars of the season today as I post them. And then also, we're also going to post some other stuff that I did have saved on my phone, but the memory's starting to get up there, so we're just purging some of the content that we did record for video purposes later on. Well, I've been posting a lot of videos in our Alliance chat to help our Alliance, but as far as help growing the channel, of course, you want to try to share success and also just entertainment to others as well in the Marvel Contest of Champions universe. So the good news about this particular new season is that there's no more flow and there's no more stubborn. So this makes it a little bit easier to fight certain champs, because certain champs are pretty annoying with stubborn, especially Doom Boss, which you'll see in one of my fights here. So we're taking Sorcerer, Venom, and Human Torch, and the opponent has Protect as the global, so that's going to be the new fad, I guess. But Protect's really not that bad. I mean, of course, if you have an XL or a large defender, if you attack them but over 300% of your attack, they gain a stack of protection that can stack up to 4 times, and each stack mitigates your damage by 20%, so they can basically have up to 80% reduction. But you can get rid of 2 of those stats just by intercepting the defenders, I guess. If you're not a great interceptor, it could be a challenge for you still. But if you have an XL or a large attacker, if you knock down the opponent, it automatically takes away all of their protection stats, no matter how many they had. But anyway, this is the first fight here. Got a Sorcerer versus Sabertooth. I mean, it's pretty straightforward fight. So a lot of times when I try some of these fights, I try to see if I can take them down without parrying the opponent, just to add another element of challenge to it. Because like I said, really wasn't nothing to this fight here. So that's the first fight. All right, so next here we have a Symbiote Supreme, which again, very questionable placement. Really, overall, you'll see some very funky placement on Boss Island, which you'll see shortly. But we're going to bring Torch here. He slays pretty much any mutant. Now, of course, we are going to parry this one just to build up our Smolders and also the Incinerates. Just get this fight over with as quickly as possible. And yeah, so that's all she wrote for that cat. All right, next fight here, we got a Nick Fury. Now again, if it was stubborn, this would be a slightly tougher fight. But this is very doable with Sorcerer Supreme, and you'll see why. She has a mechanic with her different blessings that she has. The one with the power one, if you apply, if you throw a special attack while she's in that phase, she applies a slow debuff to the opponent. So that's perfect for this particular node. So if you put a slow on them, you don't have to worry about the unstoppable. So I went ahead and applied it right there, because the opponent can't really punish my SP1. Just gonna keep applying the slow, so that way if he does go unstoppable, I can interrupt it right away on his unstoppable heavy. And it's more, you'll see it more so when he gets to his second life. It really doesn't affect his first life much, you can still parry him. But when you get to that second life, that's when that slow is gonna be really needed. So we're just chilling while he's killing himself. We're just gonna keep throwing the SP1, and it also helps that the opponent has suicides. I purposely built myself the 2 bars of power so he can steal it from me. So that way I didn't have to deal with the SP1 while he was unblockable. So I used the node against him there. And it really didn't need to interrupt this heavy because we again decided to be fancy intercepting him, but we got a little bit more to fight to go. And we got another intercept in there. So I'm ready for protect, just so you guys know I'm ready to protect. That's why protect global runs really bother me, because intercepting is not an issue. So you got protect, you got the regenerator, and you have bulwark. On defense, we're actually running bulwark because we figured that at least give the opponent a little bit of challenge. But again, they're all pretty easy, so it's going to be more of a premium on attack bonus, and in some cases diversity. Now some people may just ditch the diversity and just place a bunch of annoying defenders, which they can still be problematic no matter what the global tactic is. And this is one of these annoying nodes. We got Nick Fury here on aggression, prowess, and power focus 1, as well as actually, no, this is not that node. Sorry, this is node 22. This is power snack and backup recovery. But normally you see Nick Fury on the aggression prowess and the mixed master power focus SP1. And he's pretty annoying as a defender there still. Unfortunately, this war we don't get to face that. You're going to see a joke of an opponent in the next fight. So there, we push him over 2 bars of power while he's unblockable. It's like, if you can treat Nick Fury the same way you treat Thing, as far as managing the tactical charges, just like you manage the rock stats with Thing, you can fight Nick Fury with anyone. Of course, in some cases, you know exactly guaranteed. You know every hit is guaranteed to build up his tactical charges, so you kind of pace your combo there. So we actually eat up SP3 here, which is unfortunate. I didn't know how much damage it was going to do, so I was really worried that I was going to die here, because I didn't think I would push him to an SP3. But fortunately, it didn't kill me. So we're just going to apply our SP3 in the armor phase, which means every special I throw, I'll passively regenerate over time. And it's more potent the higher my SIG is. And also regenerate into the block. All hits into the block while I have that regeneration passive. I'll regenerate half of that, about 75% of that block damage back. So it's a pretty cool mechanic there. So we're gonna push him over 2 bars of power once again. We still got him in his first life, by the way, so this is not over yet. But we're managing the rock stats, and you can see that we're slowly increasing our health from that passive regeneration. We were at 52%, 51%, 52% after that SP2. After that SP3, now we're up to 59%. Unfortunately, we take a SP1 to the face. So this fight, we've taken an SP3 and an SP1, but we're still over 40% health. So I did boost, so that does help a little bit. I still would have survived if I didn't boost. And that's where that regeneration into the block is very useful, when you have somebody with a bunch of specials, a special that hits a lot. All right, so we're almost done with this guy. And again, you can see there we got us back ourselves over 52%. Just from the regeneration there. At 54%, so a couple of mistakes there, but we got through that fight. We'll just heal her up for the next fight, which unfortunately I got to record it. But next fight, as you can see here, we have a Luke Cage on Mixmaster. So I don't get this placement. I thought it was a trap, but it's really nothing to this fight. So you can pretty much bring anyone to this fight. You just got to worry about the Mixed Master. His specials are really not hard to deal with. So you don't really have to worry about the aggression prowess. So yeah, we're just going to keep this simple. We're going to parry short combo, parry medium, parry heavy, 3-hit combo, mix it up. That's it. I said we don't care about the prowess. The only thing that's annoying is the indestructible, but that's easy to work around. And so it's just a pretty basic fight. I probably could have used a 4-star Venom for this one, and it had no issues. All right. And we purposely did that so we can consume his indestructible and gain some health back from the block damage taken. Again, this is just a easy fight. Just nothing to think about here. Just build my way up to SP through and convert all of those buffs into Furies with Venom. And the thing about Venom, I fought with him enough times when I face thing bosses, is that when you have those 7 Furies, it doesn't actually trigger the protection, the 300% attack bonus, so you can still hit hard without the damage being mitigated. So again, like I said, we mixed that fight with Claire, but I finished her up with Sorcerer used at willpower for the crumbling armor to kind of heal her there. But here we got a thing, and again, my path doesn't have the most ideal counters, but again, I try to make it work because I have plans in every war to fight at least a couple of the mini bosses. So I mainly bring champs that can help with that. That are also not bad to use on my own path. I can work around it at least. So I didn't know how many rock stats he had, so that's the reason why I didn't want to attack. I had that text notification that kind of threw things off a little bit there. So we're gonna throw an SP3, has 14 rock stacks, so SP3 counts as 1 hit towards the rock charges, so this will put him at 15 if it doesn't bleed him. Yeah, so we got him at 15, so we're gonna bait out a special there, and we just go back to it. Like I said, I'm used to fighting thing on stun immune fights, so fights that I actually can stun them, it's easier to control the rock stacks there. I'm not even worrying about the intercept factor in this fight. So now we gotta hit into his block a little bit, and he actually allowed me to intercept him that time. I wasn't trying to, but I guess it worked out as far as getting some big damage in here now. So I guess it wasn't a bad thing there. I guess I wasn't trying to intercept them. He just, normally when they retreat like that, they'll hold their block. I believe I kind of waited before I went in there, and that's why he intercepted, or I didn't wait for him to hold his block, and he tried to attack. Yeah, rocking the shallow evades here and there. We're just gonna get ourselves out of the corner there. He was starting to push me back. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, so that's the end of that fight. Alright, so now we got a Warlock. And this is probably the primary reason why I brought Venom, is because of this Warlock fight. He's a great Warlock counter. You don't have to worry about power drain from the because of the well, really don't have to worry about the infection, mainly because it has so many buffs on him. The infection won't last as long. It's pretty short. You can see I had it for a small bit of time and it's gone, and it's only gonna get more from there. So I'm not even gonna bother throwing the SB2 because I don't want to convert those Furies, because then it'll count. It doesn't. It's based off the number of unique buffs you have on you when it comes to that infection and how long it lasts. So right now I have 1, 2, 3. I have 5 unique, 6 unique debuff buffs on me. So the infection is basically going to be non-existent as far as how long it lasts. Because I don't even recall it prop him up, because I wasn't really paying attention to it. But we get to see it right here. Yeah, it didn't even prop up. So I guess at some point when you have a certain amount of buffs on you, it doesn't even prop up anymore. So it just makes them useless, really, as long as you don't get hit. That's really what it boils down to. Kind of waste some block damage there at 1% health. And he even, well, I guess Assassins kicked in because he did parry me, but I didn't get stunned. But that's what Assassins does, ability accuracy reduction. All right, so next fight here, we have a Annihilus. So we're gonna use Sorcerer for this one, and I do have a edit in this video. It'll be pretty awesome. So pretty easy opponent. You do this with anybody. You backdraft, light counter, because he's so aggressive. The way he comes in at you with his dashing medium attack. So right now we're gonna apply the special, and we got the regeneration. So I want him to go ahead and throw his special so I can regenerate it back. But he kind of decided not to play ball there. So we're just trying to get him to throw his special. Finally, he throws it. Go ahead and throw the SB1. Like I said, it's not too bad to fight him while you're cornered. You can use that wall in your favor. But
what did the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Slap!
And he gets smashed. Got that intercept right in time there. Figured that would be. I showed it to my line. They got a kick out of it. So I said, why not? Let's show it here. But so now we're at the boss island. So we got Killmonger. He's a pretty normal placement here. He could be a pretty annoying champ on this node. You're gonna see a future war video that I end up bringing another champ to this fight. And I mean, that was hard. That was Heart Attack City. But look ahead to that. Look forward to that one posting. Like, so I'm gonna try to get these all recorded today. Sorry about that. Gonna get all these recorded today and see if we can push them out to YouTube. We'll at least get the first 3 wars posted today, or at least the first 2. There's no football to watch, so we got more time on our hands on Sundays to pump out a lot of videos. During football season, I'm like heavily invested on fantasy. I did win my fantasy league, by the way. Pretty decent stakes. But we got Sorcerer here against Killmonger. So the whole idea, because she builds passive power, I don't have to worry about the, I can actually gain power on this node to throw specials. And the main special I want to try to throw, or to refresh as many of those armor breaks as possible. so that way the reverb damage doesn't hit as much. I kind of mistimed it there. I was hoping that that power gain got me to SP2. That makes that armor break last longer. There we go. So now you don't have to worry about reverb. And we're doing our little dash back light counter. He's basically the same as Annihilus. You can do that with him also. You can see that just going to school with this tactic. We're just waiting for the armor break phase. And there it is. I'm gonna throw the SP3 now, so every special I throw for the rest of the fight is gonna apply an armor break. So I didn't really care about the indestructible. It was, once again, dash back light counter. I mean, you can do this in your sleep, man. Armor break him again. Kind of was a little slow there, so I'm actually vulnerable, but he was a little slow to counter, and then I get hit and I die. Yeah, so we were like on cruise control, and then we just made one mistake. We mistimed everything there, mistimed the dodge. So, I mean, we were so far ahead in this war, I didn't bother reviving her. I said I can finish him off with Venom, because I can apply armor break with him too with his heavy attack. I could just heavy counter his heavy with mine, and I can gain power here and there when I bleed him. At this point, I didn't really care about the reverb because he's almost dead. All right. So yeah, so I kind of got slapped back myself. Let it take some my own medicine. But as you can see, you'll see when I get to the boss. I don't know if you can see it in that snippet, but you'll see. So we're gonna do the same thing, Warlock against Venom. Like I said, just a easy fight. We're just gonna bait heavy and counter it. Throw SP1, gain some health back with it consuming up his armor buff. And we do a little light dash backdraft light counter. Venom's light attack has very long reach. It's just a tailor-made matchup. I mean, obviously besides, I mean, you got a lot of costumes that are good counters for Warlock, but Venom is probably top 3 in my opinion. I mean, of course, you got Medusa, you got Corvus, and I guess Hyperion is pretty good too. Vision Arc is underrated for this matchup as well, and even what's his name, Silver Surfer, underrated. But you can see there they have no mini bosses at the top, so basically Doom is unlinked. I don't have to worry about the aspect of evolution. For some reason they didn't want to place a defender there. They didn't miss placements, they just don't place bosses there, which is crazy. I've never seen that. So even though we still have another mini boss up, all the links for this boss is down. So we're just gonna go ahead and go into this Doom fight with Torch. And once again, there's no Stubborn, so this fight becomes much easier with Torch, because Torch usually, he's still a pretty good Doom boss counter. Even when Stubborn was active, it just took a little longer because you had to take a lot of block damage to get rid of it. And you were kind of forced to do a lot of shallow evades and intercepting. And so, but But you'll see that this fight becomes less stressful because I don't have to take as much block damage to get rid of stubborn. So I'm more sustainable and also can afford to get hit with an SP1 like a noob. Okay, we finally detched that one completely. I got a little nice intercept there. Go ahead and push to SP2. Gonna take the block damage there to build up more smolders. That's probably a little bit too much block damage, but we'll get some of it back with the adrenaline for the 6-star. That's why 6 stars are awesome. I get a little intercept there. Don't know if he's running MD or not. I wasn't really paying attention to that, but that's it. So as you can see, no minis up there, but we won this war pretty comfortably. But please enjoy, like, share, subscribe, and more videos to come. Take care.